Alright, time for an update. Let's see. Got this all done. The base. And one thing I'll say about this is that these things are little devils to get apart because I changed things up a little bit and I'm using 1/4 inch plexiglass and 2 1/8 inch magnets. Well, something's not exactly a 1/4 inch. I don't know which. I didn't bother to measure. Either the magnets or the plexiglass. Consequently, the magnets stick out a little bit, so I had to sink the bottom magnets a little bit further than what I would have liked to. And as it turns out, I wish I would have made it like this because this is actually easy to get apart. I don't have it together the right way. This is actually supposed to go on the other side. So these are sticking out a little bit and these are sunk in a little bit. So, and this, I have a few errors on this part here with the drilling. I had to use a router bit to do that, so I didn't punch through the other side with any of the other bits that I had, so it kind of walked on me a couple times. I used some clear epoxy just as a filler, but it kind of looks trashy. So I'd like to redo that, but I probably won't. So this part is complete with the exception of the magnets that I intend on putting in here to attach this to, and I'm not sure if I'm going to use this one or not because I kind of screwed this one up too. Over sanded a little bit here, so there's a kind of a funky look, and down here I shouldn't have sanded that because it was square to begin with. Now it's cockeyed. So I'll probably redo that, but other than that, let's see, I got this part right here where the needle, it will help support the needle. I've got it glued on and some epoxy in the center. It was just a spacer, a plastic spacer. I had to kind of bevel it off a little bit. I don't know if that'll come through there, but I had to bevel it because it mates up with the circuit board. So this is the dad half circuit right here, and it will sit right there. Another, I don't know what we call this, is a plastic ring. I don't know what it was from, but I have it nonetheless. Same thing, I got some epoxy in the center, and I'll drill through the center there and insert my needle. There's one of the needles, the other. Now, it probably won't come through, but there's a little bit of solder on the tip of that, and I was looking for ways to solder to this needle, and I never actually tried to just straight up solder to it. I don't know if I would have had any success or not, but as I was searching, I discovered Robert Murray Smith had something on his channel about copper gel. Well, in the comments section there's somebody that said, well, there's a little bit easier way to do it so you don't have to make that copper gel. You just take some nail polish remover or some acetone. That's what I was trying to come up with, acetone, and he didn't say pure acetone, so I thought I'd give this nail polish remover a try since we had some here in the house full of girls. And then you use some rust remover, and he didn't really say the chemical makeup of that, but I just happen to have some rust stain remover, so I thought I'd give that a try, and lo and behold, it's soldered fine. So I'll be able to solder wires onto that, and this is the shaft, of course, that will go through the center of that and the center of that, and will ride on my brass bearing. This is the bottom bearing. I'll cut this off and drill a hole here so it can, the needle can sit down in there, and this is the top one that's going to go in this little arm here. Probably not this one, but it'll fit in there. I'll drill it out and I'll heat up the screw and make some threads for it and put a little slot in it. And you know, this will be cut off. I'll put a little slot so I can use a screwdriver to move it in or out, and then a little point for the pin to stick into. So that's the plan there. Got some headers here for making my connections. One will go on, a set of two will go on this, for instance, and that will mate up with a little connector there, and the other one's for the coils. So this will sit on there, and this fits perfect. As I said, I had to bevel that plastic off there so it would fit in between those two connectors, and it fits perfect. And it just kind of mashes down on the circuit board so it doesn't move around. So I got a lot of steps left. In fact, there's a whole list here. I'm not going to bother reading them all, but every step involves a catastrophic failure of some sort. Like drilling in the center of that. Things like that, you know. Every time you drill or sand or whatever you're gonna do, your next move, yeah, you can completely botch the whole thing. And in most cases, though, I won't botch the whole thing. But yeah, I've got to get all my coils connected up to these little guys here that will sit in the bottom of the lid. And boy, this is going on. It's about 7 minutes long, so hopefully somebody's still watching by now. Yeah, that's my update, number 3 or 4, something like that. So it's coming along. I was really hoping to spin by this last weekend, but of course I didn't really take into consideration it was Mother's Day and I had yard work to do and yada yada yada. So just a little bit at a time I'm getting done. So anyhow, this is going way too long. Alright, good luck to everybody. Have fun doing this, and I'll see you next time.